so insignificant to me compared to what I and my colleagues are doing at Facebook. Like, that was your Lex Luthor, and they fucking bungled it. I don't even blame Jesse Eisenberg for that. That's Zack Snyder who told him to act that way. It's ridiculous. I don't like it, Jeff, but... Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. These are questions I missed last week, chat, because they came in the last minute. I didn't have. They actually came in while I was streaming Class in a Glass cast last week, chat. But we can open up with this first. This is from JT, by the way. It's 3 very good questions. I like these 3 questions, chat. This is the first question. This is one we're going to deep dive into, chat. I want to hear some feedback for you. Question number 1. Any DC villains besides the Batman Rogues Gallery do you think deserve a standalone movie? Excellent question. Now, I have a lot. I have like several here right now. And the first ones, I mean, they fight Batman, but I wouldn't call them like his rogues gallery, because they kind of fight all sorts of different people in the DC universe. So I wouldn't. I mean, they do fight Batman, but they fight other people too. And so I think I have 2 off the top of my head, chap, who I think are kind of interchangeable what you can do with them. They're actually very similar to each other, a little too similar, matter of fact. But I mean, I could definitely see them doing a Deadshot or Deathstroke movie and make it an like straight action film, chat, hard R rating. And I would take inspiration from a series like John Wick. So imagine, chat, like a Deadshot movie. I mean, you don't have to have Will Smith back or whoever. You can recast him. Deathstroke doesn't have to be Joe Manganiello, chat, or whatever. You like those films, but it's like done in the style of John Wick, chat, where it's just action on top of action, them showcasing their various, abilities. I mean, with Deadshot, obviously, his skills as a master gunman, chat. That would be of all sorts of weapons, whether it be his pistols, whether it be with his goddamn wrist-mounted gun, rifle, sniper, shotguns. Like, that would be awesome. Oh my God!
I know your secret, your dirty little secret.
Nick Luzzy, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs and welcome to the stream. How you doing, man? Making your presence known.
I know your secret, your dirty little secret.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God, look at all that. Well, congratulations. You guys got Cosmocon, Join the Jedi.
I know your secret, your dirty little
5 months along with ad-free viewing. Congratulations. Congratulations, good sirs. Good sirs. And where else?
I know your secret, your dirty little secret.
Then we got one more Herman Wise song coming up, chat. Let's hear it. There it is!
I know your secret, your dirty little secret.
Thank you so much, man. That was so kind of you. Thank you. But, like, I think, no problem. I hope all is well with you. Good. Oh, things are great. No, it's been an excellent week. Busy, but these last 2 days, it's been a good kind of busy. Work on the stuff that I want to work on. All of my stuff for my Patreon, my YouTube, and, of course, for Twitch. Things could not be better. I'm having so much goddamn fun. It's because of people like you, Nick Luzzy, that's keeping me afloat with your support. So thank you again. Cheers and salute to you, my friends. Appreciate you. Very good. Currently just answering a question from JT about what DC villains besides the Batman Rogues Gallery I think deserve standalone films. I was going over, I think Deadshot and Deathstroke would be great. Kind of done the same style as something like John Wick. So, I mean, the action scenes, there you go. I mean, use John Wick as a template, but get all that good DC goodness in there. Maybe Deadshot or Deathstroke or whoever. Kind of interchangeable in this case. Going up against, the various heroes or other villains on a top secret mission. I think that'd be really cool. Interacting kind of with the underworld, the underbelly of the DC universe, chat. Maybe more of the grounded criminal element. I think that would be awesome. I have a couple others listed here, chat. I have like one which is a team up movie, one which is like a team villain movie, which is I know we already gotten out the Suicide Squad, but this one would be a little more comedic in nature. But I'm curious, what do you think of like a Deadshot or Deathstroke film, chat, on the top of your head? A General Zod movie. Oh, so that's kind of like a goddamn dictator coming to power. That'd be interesting. Yes. Oh. This is for the DC, I guess DCEU or whatever. I mean, is the DCEU even a thing? I guess it's the DC just multiverse at this point, so they can do whatever the hell they want. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. That would be very cool. Thank you, Sam. I think a Deathstroke movie would be great. Yeah, whether it's Joe Manganiello or not, because he just showed up as a cameo. He's like, "Hi, I'm Joe Manganiello. I'm wearing a Deathstroke costume." That was it. I mean, if they want to bring him back, then sure, why not? I want to see him. I want to see if he can carry a film like that. That would be interesting. The canon is definitely a clusterfuck. There's no doubt about that. I agree with you. But at this point, like, hey, let's just do concentrate on making this one movie work, and then maybe later on we can make it fit in. You make it fit in. Maybe if you're man, that's okay. That's okay, because if I got some other examples here. If you don't like that one, I got some more. So I think a straight, action, big bombastic action movie with either Deathstroke or Deadshot, that could work. I think that'd be kind of cool. He cannot carry a film. Well, there we go. Kim came and said, decidedly, he cannot do it. Fair enough. He's probably have Lex Luthor movie about his impeachment. Yeah, he was president. That'll be interesting. Have to totally recast Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, chat. I mean, he could have done it. I think it's like Jesse Eisenberg, he could have made an excellent Lex Luthor. I always point to this clip, chat. Like, the Social Network is the template. It's like, that's your fucking Lex Luthor. It's like, oh, I could totally see it. Like that him that court I guess it's the deposition or whatever between his lawyers in that room, and how the guy's asking all these questions and he's saying it's raining outside. He's like, excuse me, it's raining outside. It's like, do I have your attention, Mr. Zuckerberg? He's like, no, you do not. And he's like, no. And he's like, what? And he's like, I'm gonna give you the fucking minimum amount, because what we're doing here is so insignificant compared to what I and my colleagues are doing at Facebook. Like, that was your Lex Luthor, and they fucking bungled it. I don't even blame Jesse Eisenberg for that. That's Zack Snyder who told him to act that way. It's ridiculous. I don't like it, Jeff. But my other idea for a DC standalone film, it's a team of villains movie, and it would be the Flash Rogues Gallery, chat. So that's Captain Cold, villains like Heatwave, Mirror Master, and Captain Boomerang, chat. All the Flash's rogues. We're kind of like these incompetent guys. When they come together, they actually become competent, and it's a straight comedic villain movie where they're trying to they fail time and time again, always losing the Flash, but they combine their abilities and they're trying to pull off, I don't know, like a big goddamn heist. You can make it like a heist movie, chat. Although inevitably, the situation arises where it's like, God damn it, like we have to save some people. Or you could just make it totally despicable. You can have like Mirror Master, like more recently in the comics, like Mirror Master, he's like a major drug abuser. He's constantly doing fucking lines of cocaine and stuff like that. Like, that would be really cool. If you want to make it like a little darker, make it like a black comedy. But if you want to make it a little more lighthearted, comedic in nature, then it's just these scumbags who are barely competent to begin with, forming a team, trying to do a heist, and they end up in a situation where they end up being heroes. I think that would be really fun. I guess it's kind of similar to what James Gunn is doing with the Suicide Squad. Well, the Suicide Squad should have always been. I would just love to see more Flash's rogues, because I love them from the comics. They're goofy, but they work so well together. They're so much goddamn fun. Who'll be the antagonist? That's an excellent question. The main threat would have to be someone, I think, a little serious. So maybe it could be like the Reverse Flash. And it's like, oh shit. I mean, listen, we're Flash's villains, but we're not that fucking asshole. We're not that bad. We just want to steal things. That guy wants to bring the end of space and time itself. We exist in space and time. Absolutely not. And they team up together to defeat the Reverse Flash. That would be really cool. So a Flash Rogues Gallery movie. They had an episode like that in Justice League Animated. Yes, exactly like that. Yeah, you could use that as a template. Perfect. How does Flash have villains that don't have super speed? No, he has Reverse Flash. He has Eobard Thawne. That is a guy who has super speed. Bloodstone Gamers, you skipped my comment. I'm sorry. I said Asper was the best Muppet Luthor. Yes, no, I agree. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Didn't mean to miss your comment, sir. Can review more Harley Quinn? I will, Kimberly Kim. Absolutely. Now I'm going to keep reviewing that show. I already have a few episodes in the backlog, chat. I just try to spread it out, tackling a different animated show every day. But I will definitely review Harley Quinn. But yeah, no, I think a Flash Rogues Gallery movie would be really fun to do, make it more comedic. Whereas the Deathstroke, Deadshot, that'd be like more straight, action film. And my last one is kind of like a combination between all of them. Lobo. DC, Warner Brothers, they were planning to do a Lobo movie years ago, but then I think that kind of fell apart. And the whole premise is that that's your spacefaring galactic, comedic adventure, chat. Kind of maybe in similar tone to the Guardians of the Galaxy, where you follow this, oh, witness me, Mr. Hummendinger with the raid. It was so much fun playing with you last night, man. But the matches we managed to get into for Fall Guys, welcome, Mr. Hummendinger. Hope you're having a very nice Thursday evening. Good to see you. Chat, for those of you who might not know, Mr. Hummendinger's folks, my name is Mr. Evan7, also go by Chris. Currently, you're watching my Class in the Glass cast for you. That's where I answer Patreon questions from my very, very generous patrons. Yeah, the question we're going over right now is what DC villains that aren't Batman villains should they get their own movie? Show. Thank you for the 10 biddies. My heart's a pitter-pattering. Thank you so much. Everybody, Jason Momoa would be he would be a great Lobo. Yeah, but he's already, water mang. That's true, Nia Verani. Yeah, but I think a Lobo movie would be great because it'd be similar in tone to something like Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's just this intergalactic bounty hunter chat interacting with all these notable cosmic, groups and entities in the DC universe chat. So you can have Darkseid, you can have the Green Lantern Corps chat, you can have the Manhunters, like all that fun, like weird DC cosmic stuff that's always kind of been like never been adapted really in live action, but has been like in animated form and to much success, chat, like in Justice League. That would be really cool. That would be a great gateway check because a good gateway to anything is to use humor, and I think that's what Guardians of the Galaxy did so well. So I would look at what Guardians of the Galaxy did and use that for Lobo. Thank you, Mr. Hummendinger. Thank you so much. You'll be gone. Ending our special Go versus Fish Thursday stream here for now. Thank you for the 9 biddies, good sir. Glad you had a very good stream. Give a Condiment King movie. I want a Condiment King. He could be in the room. He can be in the Flash Rogues Gallery, chat. I belched. I'm sorry. It's the coffee. It's coming up on me. Oh, you play Little Nightmares, by the way. Oh, cool. Yeah, no, man, I love Little Nightmares. I played that game not too long ago, along with this DLC. The new one's supposed to come out this year, I think. They haven't given it a straight release date, but I believe it's supposed to come out this year. But yeah, chat, that's off the top of my head. So like a Deadshot or Deathstroke, like action thriller, like a team villains movie featuring the Flashers Rogues Gallery, Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Heatwave, Captain Boomerang. I think that'd be really, really fun. And I think, Lobo's space adventure movie, that'd be great, too. So, again, these films are more focusing on lesser-known characters. But I think that's a great way to introduce people to the DC universe on the, not like the big characters, but the small ones. You can tell, like, these grand adventures with them. I would love that. The Reacher been playing Sekiro for the last 5 months. Damn, man. I had to give up on Sekiro. I couldn't get past the Great White Ape boss. He was kicking my ass. I couldn't do it. It was too hard. Golden. Comic King, the villain in the cloudy with the chance of meatballs. Yes, you can do that. Daniel Craig's Bond is probably more Deathstroke than whoever played him in Zack Snyder. I mean, I don't even blame John Manganiello. I don't blame him. He just showed up at the end. Like, I'm not holding that against him. Zack Snyder's just like, here he is, and he didn't do anything with him. It's like, he's there. Isn't that cool? It's like, no. I don't blame John Manganiello. No, it's not his fault. Theme Man, Salman Grundy origin movie. Man, Salman Grundy's origins you can do is pretty dark. It'd be kind of fun. I don't know if I would do like a full movie around him, but you can have him featured in I think it's like a team movie, kind of like in Justice League type situation. That'd be neat. I wouldn't mind something like that. But yeah, chat. Yeah, those are the ones off the top of my head at the very least. Hope you like those ideas. But yeah, it was good. Now we have Joe, not John. Oh, I'm sorry. There's so many J's. Joe Manganiello, chat. Flash Thompson. No, it's Flash Thompson from Spider-Man. I wouldn't want to fight me either. It's that guy. Thank you, Hassan. Thank you. But, Chad, we can go ahead and move on to JT's next question. He says, worst Halloween costume ever? Question mark. The only thing that came to mind, Chad, there's 2 things that came to mind. Let me know if you have any off the top of your head. But there was the one that was a few years ago. It might have been longer, but it always stuck in my mind. There was the illegal alien costume, chat, where it's like the person was an alien, but it was very much like a... like an illegal alien, like someone coming across the southern border kind of thing. I was like, that is kind of offensive. that was not great. That was not good. And that was quickly taken off the store shelves, chat, because of its offensiveness. Not great. But another one, which is just disturbs me, is the pumpkin pants one, where it says, I don't know if this is real. I imagine it is because it's so fucking weird and bizarre. But it's this pictures of this family, chat, White people, white family chat, fucking white people, am I right? Where they're all naked except they're wearing like pumpkin pants, like literally a pumpkin chat. Like they carved out the gourd, all the innards of the pumpkin, and are wearing it like goddamn pants. That's what they're doing. It's like the whole family. It's the dad, it's the son, it's the daughter, it's the baby chat, it's the mom. She's put her bazungas inside these smaller pumpkins. It's like, the fuck is this? That was disgusting. I do not like that one. Those are the two off the top of my head. What about the rest of you? It's not mine. Was the racist ass Scooby-Doo one? Was the racist ass Scooby-Doo one? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Firewolf? Yeah. When I was in school, a white guy was Cleveland Brown, was looking for black man. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Going for blackface, huh? Yeah. Yeah. They'll die first in a horror movie. Oh, definitely. They die in the opening credits. They'll be like, okay, this is too easy. Stab, stab, stab. That's how it goes, chat. That's how it goes. You seen art like this? Yeah, it's real. I think there's real. You see, like, I'm afraid to even bring it up on the stream. He was like, oh God, it's gonna be like a slip of some kind. It'd be a slip of the genitalia, chat, or the booze, or the boobs. I don't know. Yeah. The Reacher Joker made so much money. Wouldn't be surprised if more arts comic book films. Oh, I agree. No doubt about it. More dramatic take, sure. I can see that. Reviewers one Halloween ago, that costume I already had was a small puppy hand puppet. Oh, interesting. Yeah, but those are the ones that's on my head, Chad. Was always the illegal alien one and the pumpkin pants. Those always disturb me. And this is JT's other question, Chad. His last question for now. He actually has 3 more questions he posted just before I started streaming. So we'll try to go over those as well. This is another question, Chad. What meal from any movie you've seen do you wish you could have? This took me a little while to think about, Chad. But the best, I think, one of the best food movies out there, chat, where it's about the love and appreciation of food and cooking, is Jon Favreau's Chef, chat. And I don't know if you've ever seen this film. He did this after Iron Man 2, when he went back to doing like a smaller fare, something more akin to Swinners or something. And he did Chef, and it's a great film. It's kind of like it's a family drama comedy kind of situation where it follows Jon Favreau's character. He's a chef, and he's kind of done with the whole artsy fartsy lifestyle of being a premier chef. And so he and John Leguizamo and his son, they buy a food truck, Chad, and they just start making all sorts of food. And there's 2 scenes in particular I'm like, oh my God, this is delicious, where he makes this incredible looking grilled cheese sandwich of all sorts of fucking cheeses on it. Like, oh my God, like Gouda and mozzarella, chat, and all sorts of, and like sharp cheddar. It looked, oh my God, I want it inside me. And Swiss, I want it inside me now. It looked amazing. The butter on it, and it's so good. And then the kid, he gives the kid like a slice, and the kid's like, it's fine. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. I would be so much more appreciative of Jon Favreau if he gave me that grilled cheese sandwich. It looked amazing. It looked crispy. The bread was crispy, chat. It's probably soft in the middle and so gooey. And the kid says, it's fine. It's like, shut the fuck up, kid. I would have been much more appreciative of that grilled cheese sandwich than that goddamn brat. On the other one, chat, in the movie, the Cubano sandwiches. I'm like, oh my God. The Cubano sandwiches in that movie, like they show the entire process, chat, like how they they put all the stuff in the meat and everything, and you let all the meat soak into it overnight or however many days, chat, and they're cutting up. It's the big thick slices of ham and the cheeses. Oh my God, it's like I was doing research of this today. I was like, I want a Cubano sandwich. Is there a restaurant near me that makes these big thick meaty Cubano sandwiches? I want it inside me, chat. Stop talking about food. I'm sorry, but it's true. I want it. And so Chef is the film where if you love food and you love cooking, highly recommend watching Chef. It's also just a great movie. It's a great drama comedy family film, Chad. The acting's great. It's very fun. It's very light, and it makes you hungry. It's like, I want all of this. It's so goddamn good. So that, or off the top of my head, Chad, Chef is the one. And but those 2 scenes, the grilled cheese sandwich scene, the Cubano scene, get me every goddamn time. Chris was like, feed me. See, we're turning to Audrey too over here. Bradley Chris, the food fight scene in Hook always makes me hungry. See, but that stuff always looked like they used like red food dye number 2 and green food dye number 4. See, that never appealed to me. I was like, ugh, always grossed me out. Oh my God, so maybe great pick. Breakfast from any Studio Ghibli movies. That's true. Anime, the way they animate food is always great, especially in Studio Ghibli. Like the ones that always come to mind, Sharon, like Howl's Moving Castle. When he does that, like that thick fucking bacon and eggs and shit in the toast. Oh my God, it looks brilliant. Ponyo also has some great food scenes in it as well. You're right, sir. Maybe the food scenes in Studio Ghibli films and anime in general are always really good. Japanese, they have a love for animation, or food animation. They do it better than anybody. Very good choice. Very good choice. You want a good burger? Good burger. See, I never know what the good burgers look like. It's been a long time since I've seen that film. I don't know what the good burgers, appear to be. I like the Burnt movie too. It's cliche, but I've never seen Burnt. I've had one in Cuba with a side of fried, I forgot that. Plantains. Yeah. No, that's good. That sounds good. Steel Corey's banh mi sandwich. Yeah, he can have it. Brightburn, imagine watching a chef and eating McDonald's during, and you'd be like, I can do better than McDonald's. Yes, it's true. Male Carison. Maybe it's right before the food fight scene hook, I'm thinking. That's where they have the whole spread of food. Ratatouille's great. No, Pixar's, I'm a big fan of Ratatouille. I know it's not one of the most beloved Pixar films, but that film, again, much like Chef, is about love and appreciation for food and cooking. And the way they animate those food in 3D, it's beautiful, chap. Like, all the meals they prepare look so good. I mean, the Ratatouille, like the actual Ratatouille scene at the end, with all the various veggies in there, looks great. And the scene when the food critic chat, when he eats it and he's transported back to his childhood and his mom making that ratatouille for him, it's a great scene. No, very good choice. Yeah, Ratatouille is a great food appreciation movie and some very good looking food. Yeah, that's a good American one where they show that. Very nice, very nice. You should watch Food Wars as an anime. Never heard of that. Ratatouille is one of my favorite. Yeah, it's a great movie. I love it. And just a love and appreciation for French culture and cuisine. It's a great film. Good voice acting. It's beloved to me. Ratatouille always inspires me when I watch. Yeah, no, it's great. Just to be creative. It doesn't necessarily be food, but just like it's funny. It's to pursue something that you love and make it a part of your life. What you want to do for the rest of your life. In that case, it was cooking for Remy the Rat. Yeah, great choice. Great choice. Anyone can cook. It's very true. It's a great statement to make. Yeah, I love it. Such Bird gets me hungry too. Nah, I do not. Such Bird did not get me hungry. It's the opposite. I get disgusted. I'm not a big Sausage Party fan. I know that there are people in my circle who love that movie. I'm like, I just don't get this. I really don't get the humor. Yeah, kind of the whole shock wore off really quick with me. I was like, all right. I thought this is very generic, kind of crass comedy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. A lot of people think it's great. I know. I guess I'm in the minority a lot among people. I think it's fine. I think it's okay. It has some funny moments. Like, nothing made me laugh out loud. I gave it maybe a low rental. I just did not care for it. I know comedy's very subjective. And that one is just not. It didn't amuse me. Steve's right. I was not amused. Yeah. Brayburn, does Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory get your hungry? No, man, it terrifies me. Anything gets me also. It's like, fuck that. Anything in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, clearly it will just destroy my body and mutate me. End up with that fucking blueberry girl or that fat kid that fell into the goddamn chocolate swamp and drowned. He drowned yet. He's dead. He never came back. He's dead. It's like, fuck that. Hell no. But that's a great movie. I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But no, fuck yeah. R.I.P. those kids. Yeah, those kids are bastards. But still, man, he murdered children in that film. The movie's fucked up. It's a very dark movie, Jen. The book's fucked up too. And the Johnny Depp movie, that one's just fucking creepy and weird. Yeah, chap. But good question, JT. Very good question. So again, chef, grilled cheese, and Cubano sandwich scenes, chat. Get me hungry. I'm hungry right now. Like drinking this coffee and only eating 2 pieces of fruit, chat, it'll do it to you. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy, chat. So now, chat, we can move on to some questions from John Early, Mr. Brightburn himself. And then we have some other questions from JT, which are also food-based as well, so you can continue talking about food. Be good. This is another question this is the first question from Brightburn Chat. He says, question 1, do you remember the Sunday comic book strips in the Sunday newspapers? Of course, man. Grew up on those. Those comics would have Garfield the Cat. Oh, yeah, I do. They were funny reading. No, I read all of those old comics. I imagine they're still up to date. You know what? How I read them now? It's always once in a while. I don't read them consistently. Like maybe every couple of months or something. It's like, hey, let's see they put them online and things. But I read, obviously, Garfield, great. Zitz. Zitz, I thought, was always really funny. Always liked Zitz. Prince Caspian. What was the one? Was it Prince Caspian? What was the one where it was like very medieval, like fantasy and age? I always forget that one. That was cool. Oh god, I'm trying to think of all the ones. Damn it. There are so many good ones. There's Funky Winkerbean. I think there was that one, chap. goddamn, I'm trying to remember all of them at the top of my head. Was it Conan? I don't think it was Conan. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think of like some famous. Like Zitz was always I always loved Zitz, chat. That one I always dug. I think of some Sunday comic strip. Garfield, of course. Reading Garfield, chat. I always got the impression, or just over time as I read it, I hated Garfield the cat. But I always felt sorry for John, chat. And the last time I was reading Garfield, I was so happy that he got a girlfriend. I was like, oh, good for him. Thank God. I hope they work it out and just kick that fat Garfield's ass to the goddamn curb, chat. He's a terrible influence on John. And I'm glad that he got that. Who was that lady? Calvin Hobbes is great. Calvin Hobbes is great, but I always felt really bad for John, chat. And Garfield was so fucking abusive. Isn't it? Garfield and John are absolutely an abusive relationship. I hated that shit. Just like, get rid of him. Peanuts, oh, yeah, Peanuts is a classic. Let me do Sunday comic strip shit. Let me remind myself. But Zit's always the one that was at the top of my head. Probably because when I was reading them, I was a teenager. I was like, oh, look at that. Sunday comic strip shit. Let's see what some of the more famous ones are. What do we got? What do we got here? Do they have like a list? It would be great if there was a goddamn list. No. I need to type in best Sunday comics. I don't know if they're still in the newspaper. I guess they are. Oh, here we go, chat. So, yeah, we have Garfield, of course, classic. Peanuts, yes. Calvin and Hobbes, absolutely. Blondie. I read a lot of Blondie, chat. Read a lot of Blondie. Definitely Blondie. Doonesbury. Yep, Doonesbury, very political one. That's a good one. I'm trying to think of some other ones, chat. What are some other ones at the top of my head? It's hard. Spider-Man, when goddamn, when it was like Stan Lee was still writing the Spider-Man Sunday comics. Always read those. Those were always really, really fun. Those were a good time. Yeah, Funky Winkerbean, liked that one a lot. Yeah, there's a whole bunch I really enjoyed. But Zitz was definitely my favorite. Family Circus. Family Circus, the overly religious one. I remember that one. Yeah. Liz, thank you, because Liz was John's girlfriend. Thank you. But yeah, Chad, Zitz was definitely my favorite among all those Sunday comics. I wonder if that's still going on. I imagine some of these still are, right? They have to be. Yeah. But yeah, good question, though, generally. I would say, yes, I do. I used to read those all the time, and Zitz was definitely my favorite among those. This is question 2 from Generally, chat. Do you realize that if you want a PlayStation 5 with a disc drive and an Xbox Series X with a disc drive, it's going to set you back $500 a piece? Oh, yeah. That's a lot of money for something that's like video gaming, which is a hobby for some folks. No, it is. No, video gaming is a very expensive hobby. There's no doubt about that. Now, with me, I consider video gaming an investment. So it's like, yes, I'm buying all these games or I have to buy these new consoles as an investment, chat, because I'm trying to, create content with these devices and software, chat. So it's something it's a necessary thing for me to buy. And what's great about it is I'll be able to write this off on my goddamn taxes, which is great. So this is basically my income, chat. So that'll be good. nice little tax write-off for me. But for myself, I look at it as an investment in the content creation, which I need to do in order to keep going and continuing to build up a following and to keep my content output consistent. I have to invest in all of these things. That's what I've been doing. And yeah, but thankfully they do have different models depending on which one you want. If you want the discless ones, I believe the PlayStation 5, the discless PlayStation 5 is $400. And I guess the Xbox Series S is $300. So you do have cheaper options, if you don't want to, get the physical, with the disc slot in there. So there is that. Yeah. The reach, that's why I'm more into films. Movies are way cheap. That's true. Mm-hmm. Unless you go to the movie theaters in Toronto. Yeah, I mean, it depends what theaters you're going to or how you're consuming your films or if you're buying them on Blu-ray, like as soon as they come out. That could definitely get expensive, That's true. But yeah, I mean, for me, video gaming is an investment. It's a business. Now it's a business transaction. That's what it is. I'm buying something in order to make content off of it and a profit off of it later on. It's like, yeah, I'm spending some stuff right now, but it's for a very good business reason. But obviously, yeah, if you're getting into it, I mean, it's an expensive hobby for people that just want to play for fun. I mean, consoles, you get the new consoles that are coming out, which are going to be, at least, if you get like the most advanced version, $1,000 for between the two of them, and the new software, chat's going to be anywhere between $60 to $70. So yeah, it gets pricey. There's no doubt about it. Very good question. This is John Early's last question, chat. Brightburn's last question. I'm thinking about buying Dead Space 1 and 2 from the Xbox 360. Do you think I'll have a good time with those? I mean, I'm usually into RPGs. A Mass Effect is more of an RPG experience, isn't it? Well, I mean, it depends, man. I mean, you say you're more in RPGs. You've seen me play Dead Space on stream. They are a third person horror survival action games. That's what they are. Not really many RPG mechanics in there unless you count the upgrade systems, with the power nodes. But yeah, they're straightforward. They're very linear, which I don't mind. I think the best horror games are linear. It's kind of rare to find a game that's open world, that's horror. It's in the horror genre. So if you don't mind playing something that is linear, that is focused on combat and the spoops, then sure, I recommend it. But if you're more of an RPG person, you like something that's not as linear, you like to have an open world, you like to have conversations with the characters and play in a specific, like whatever play style, like a lot are open to you, then no, I wouldn't suggest you getting them because they're not RPGs. They're definitely not. But I love them because thankfully my taste in video games are very broad, chat. So I love something like that's a survival horror game or an RPG or a first-person shooter. Like the only genres of games I don't particularly really like is sports. The sports ball games, chat. They always seem so boring to me. Like they're boring to watch and they're boring to play. Just not for me. Just not for me. JD, if you get 180 hours out of a game like Persona 5, then I argue there's way more value. That's true. It depends. That value can be subjective to some people. Like, yeah, you play a RPG that's nearly 200 hours long. It's like that's pretty good. It's a lot of bang for your buck, right? But then if someone buys a game like I don't know, like Dead Space. Like the first Dead Space can be completed on your first playthrough probably between 8 to 10 hours. And back then that was like $60, but I think that's a well worth experience because I love that game. I love what it does, and I played it multiple times over and over and over the past 12 goddamn years. So that is subjective, but it's true. The longer the game, the more bang for your buck. Because is there any inspired by anime shows you guys are inspired by anime shows? Nothing on top of my head that I can think of. The Reacher, I heard games are past $100 in Australia. They're around $78. Damn, that's expensive. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, I guess that's true. Anime inspired. That's Castlevania, Avatar. There's a definitely anime inspired. Yeah, no doubt about that. Right, bro. I think I may like Dead Space more than something like Resident Evil. I'll tell you this. The learning curve for Dead Space is a lot easier than something like Resident Evil. I think the gameplay in Dead Space is more fluid. It's a little more forgiving, which some people criticize it for. I don't mind that. It is easy to play and get acclimated to. Yeah, so I would say I would pick. I think just Dead Space 1 and 2 are superior, or at least Dead Space 1 at the very least is superior to any Resident Evil game out there. Like Resident Evil 2 remake is probably my second favorite horror game of all time, but Dead Space 1 is definitely easier to play than any of the Resident Evil games. At least that's for me. See, I love our Resident Evil, man, but Dead Space is like one of my favorite games of all time, one of my favorite horror games of all time, my favorite horror game of all time. Crimson, compared to other forms of entertainment like going to the theater, video games aren't that bad. In price, $12 for 2 hours entertainment, $70 for 20-plus hours. Yeah, that's also true. No one's really going to the theaters right now. I mean, I guess they're open around the world in the United States, but it's not nearly what it used to be. I'm not going to theater anytime soon. Typically, I mean, when I'm spending, you say $12 for the ticket and stuff, but when I go to the theater, I go out. Like I get food, I get alcoholic beverages, so that evening turns into like a $50 per night kind of thing. So you gotta weigh what you want. Again, but everything in that regards, how you like your entertainment, what form of entertainment you like, it's subjective to everybody. Yeah. I'm serious. Do you play games to the end, or do you hop around and play multiple games at once? Well, my gameplay habits have typically, you guys have seen them. I typically play most of my games to the end. Now, I have hopped around recently just to get into the multiplayer shenanigans, playing multiplayer games, but I typically stick with one. Maybe I'll take a break with something if there's like a big release chat. I did do that when Ghost of Tsushima came out, as you recall. After I finished Last of Us Part 2, I went to God of War. I did that for like 2 gameplay sessions, but then when Ghost of Tsushima came out, I just focused on that. And then eventually I went back to God of War. So there are certain times when I'll do that, but for my streaming content, it's just I focus on this game until I complete it, but then also delve into the multiplayer shenanigans chat. So, yeah. Good question, though. Brightburn, how many of you actually finished a video game? I mean, you saw Chris had to rage quit Duke Nukem Forever. I did rage quit Duke Nukem Forever. That's why it's rare for me not to finish a game. Duke Nukem was one of those. I'm like, I'm not fucking playing this anymore. It was so terrible. Sonic, obviously, I'm like, nope, not doing it. Sonic 06. That game is awful. We all know that. I'm trying to think, like, on stream, how many games have I rage quit? Sekiro. I've done that to Duke Nukem, Sekiro, Sonic 06. I'm trying to think if there's any. There might have been some other ones, but those are the only 3 off the top of my head that I can think of. Doesn't happen. Usually, before I did streaming, I would research the game for reviews if it's something I would like, and I played all the way to the end. So it's rare for me not to finish a game. Even like a long RPG. It might take me a while. But I usually always go back to it. What about Ninja Gaiden for the original Xbox? I dabbled in it, but I never owned it. Somebody, Cannon Busters on Netflix reminds me of the Try Again. A couple people, Cannon Busters, that sounds fun. There's a great, inspired by M.A. Show called Exchange Student Zero. Thunderly, Massive Andromeda. Oh, that's true. No, Massive Andromeda is not. That's one I didn't complete. I did not complete Massive Andromeda when I bought it. I was like, this fucking game sucks. Never completed, chat. I looked up the ending online. I was like, okay, there we go. Disappointing. Typical. And, of course, I did that. So I guess 4 on stream I have not completed, chat, because they're all bad. Oh, that's right. I did quit Sonic Unleashed. That's right. I did do that once. That brings it to 5. Fair enough. Okay, so I'm at 5 now. You guys are going back in the backlog. You remember? I blocked some of these streams out of my head because they were so bad. These games were so awful. Yeah, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic 06, Duke Nukem, Massive Andromeda, and Sekiro. I just couldn't beat that fucking great White Ape boss, chat. It was way too goddamn difficult. Way too goddamn difficult. Yeah. But that brings an end to John Early's questions, chat. Now, I believe that JT, he sent 3 new questions right before I finished, right when I started streaming. So let's go ahead and take a look at those questions he sent me, chat. Let me see what he has. Let me go ahead and look them up. I think they're also food-based. Can't spell quit without Chris. Ha! Funny. Here we go, chat. These are his 3 questions that he posted right around 5-ish. Let's view them, chat. Let's view them. Did I rage quit until dawn? No. I didn't. No, I played all the way through. I went back and I played chapter 10 over to see if I could save more people. And I did. I saved one more person. Forgotten Virtue, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. Good to see you. That's a good question, though. How many games have you guys rage quit? Like, what's a couple of titles that you guys have rage quit? You know, those are the ones on the top of my head. Well, you guys helped me remind me, so I guess those 5. What about the rest of you guys? Anything in particular? Just like, was the game just so bad, or did you just get bored with it? Maybe not even rage quit's the right word. You just got bored with it. You're like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I did kill the doggo. I'm sorry, I killed the doggo. Vance Fears, Final Fantasy Remake. You just didn't like it? See, that was one of my favorite games of the year, but I have heard some complaints, especially people who really love the original game. The Reacher, I rage quit Aminusha 3, Demon Siege, the 2-headed lion boss. Computer Sonic Rush. Not running too many to count. Not running House of the Dead 2 upsets me. Vance Fears, your least favorite Final Fantasy. Really? Wow. JD on controversial, but I really did enjoy the last Spider-Man game and broke my control plane. Interesting. What was it about? Was the combat that you didn't like? Thunderly, Need for Speed. M0, Watch Dogs 2, Metal Gear Solid 5. Oh, these are interesting choices, chat. Some I just wouldn't think of. Watch Dogs 2. Yeah, I'm sure those are the... But yeah, the ones I listed are probably the most recent ones in the past 2 years. Everything else I pretty much stuck with. But some very interesting choices, chat. Cool. Yeah, surprises. Some surprises amongst you. They meant I quit RE Code Veronica. Besides that, I can understand quitting the old school Resident Evil games. The tank controls are very frustrating. They are very much even at the time they weren't great. So I totally understand those. Like, yeah, if you played those original Resident Evils, those are frustrating. I get it. Because if you're Super Mario Galaxy pissed me off. Really? Wow. If I rage quit Crash Bandicoot, it can be frustrating. Those jumping, the jumping, especially in the original PS1 games, the jumping's terrible. It's very bad. Vance Fears, I didn't like the pacing, the side quest. I agree with you, the side quest. That was one of my big complaints about that game. I don't want to find the goddamn cats. I don't give a shit about you missing cats. I'm right there with you in the side quest, Vance Fears. I agree. Those are bullshit. The enemy layouts, the pacing, the NPC animations, the pacing again. Fair enough. No, I get you. I definitely agree with you in the side quests, man. Those, you know what? Instead of those 30 side quests they gave you that were just so throwaway, just give me 10 side quests that are robust and have good character interactions. That would have bing much better. I agree. Final Fantasy VII Remake has problems. It does. Yeah. Thunderleaf, fuck Resident Evil 4. Woo! I don't know why. Crimson. I never finished Skyrim, but that's because I keep adding and removing mods. Yep, starting over. I get you. Yeah, you're in that loop. I was like that way when I suffered from OCD in my youth. When I'd have to RPGs. Like, I don't like the way my nose looks. I restart the entire game and fix my nose. Like that kind of shit. Oh yeah, I was like that back then. MSA almost forgot Massive Andromeda. Yeah. Terrible. Believe it or not, rage quit Mario NES, the original Mario. Very cool. Good years I had the Wii. Me too. You and me both, brother. You and me both. Gideon, yeah, comment Spider-Man didn't make sense to me. I can fly across the room and enemies still shoot with pinpoint accuracy, but a little dodge to the size. What? Yeah, the dodge. I agree with you. I think the combat could have been better in Spider-Man. My whole thing is, I always like to compare it to Batman, chat, the other notable superhero gaming franchise. It's very good. And I wish what Spider-Man had that Batman has is a counter button. Like, Spider-Man doesn't have a counter, he has a dodge, and I wish that was a counter instead of a dodge. The combat in Batman is far more snappy. Yeah, I like that. Now you go from enemy to enemy. Where Spider-Man's slightly, it's snappy, but not as snappy. It's a little floaty. And so I could definitely see that. Yeah, that's fair enough. Just someone feral during Earthworm Jim. The cat mission is like a minute long. Cat mission is not a minute long, man. I couldn't find those goddamn cats. It took me longer than a minute. Oh, never rage quit a game as an adult, but I did rage quit Bomberman 64 as a kid. That's a terrible game. I can understand why. Oh, the screwball missions are the worst. Screwball missions are awful. Totally agree with you, Xavier. Yeah, right there. When Sky, I rage quit on Warfare once. I will say the Spider-Man combat gave me Spider-Man 2 and PS2. Interesting. The Reacher Spider-Man Spidey sense is wonky, but I think that's true to the character. Yeah, I rage quit Streets of Rage 2 a couple of times. Yeah, I can see that being frustrating. Good picks, though, chat. Very good picks. I like that. It's a good topic. But then we got these are questions that JT submitted today, chat. Now, the ones I read initially were the ones from last week that we didn't have time to get to. Now I can get to these. So here is JT's first question. Food-based again. He likes his food. He's the food boy. His first question number 1. Perfect burger you've ever had. Man, have I ever had? Honestly, I don't get many burgers when I go out to, like, restaurants and things. I think I stay away from that. Now, I've told you about my go-to burger recipe, chat, that I make for my meal prep. I make these black bean turkey roasted red pepper burgers. What it is, chat, it's ground turkey, fatty ground turkey. Mixed of black beans. You put the eggs in there, chat, so it all congeals, gets nice and congealed. Also, do chopped up red pepper, chat, onions, sauteed onions in there, chat. Also put some roasted red peppers, as I said before. Garlic, hefty amount of garlic in there, chat. A little bit of the soy sauce in there too, chat. Oh my God, the perfect fucking burgers. You can stir them in the freezer, chat. You can warm them. You can put them out there, put on a nice good old bun, chat. Add some horseradish sauce. Oh my God, so goddamn good. Cheese, chat. Some sharp cheddar cheese, some horseradish sauce. Maybe some veggies of your choice, chat. Maybe even some red onion or some pickled peppers or something like that, or some regular pickles. Oh my God, you got a hell of a fucking burger, chat, that I make. So the perfect burger I've ever had is the one that I fucking make. My perfect goddamn burgers, chat. Yeah. Richard don't like mushrooms and blue cheese, but I love them. Oh, yeah, no, agree, man. Oh, yeah, like a good, get some blue cheese, that crumbled blue cheese on a burger or mushrooms. Very good choice. See, I go crazy. I love garlic. Garlic is so goddamn. If I was ever a vampire, chat, I'd be like, fuck, I'm going to eat this and die. Because garlic is so wonderful. Garlic is a miracle food, chat. It's healthy for you and it tastes great. Gold and old school burger stands and Soul Kill phenomenal. See? Been so long. Steve, oh, no, Chris, you lost me at the horse. I love horseradish, I know. You gotta have a very specific palate for it, but I love that shit when you bite into it. It's like, oh, it hurts, but it's so good. I'm all about that. Because I like the burgers from Steak and Shake. I never had them. Never had the Steak and Shake burgers. Reach, whenever I'm sick, it helps me to put in a garlic clove. Yeah. Those are good stuff. Yuck. People are like, I hate garlic. Well, it's cool that we have different palates. Yeah, shit, like the burgers I make, my black bean roasted red pepper burgers with horseradish sauce on there, soy sauce, the onions, the black beans. Oh, it's so goddamn good, chat. Thick slice of, I might do blue cheese next time. Get some thick slices of crumble or just blue cheese, chat. Just cut that from the fucking block itself, or a thick slice of sharp cheddar cheese. That's how I do it. This time I like garlic too. Yay, we got the garlic, boys and girls. I love it. Because I like garlic, but that taste stays way too long in my mouth now. Well, I get it. You got to brush your teeth afterwards. Now you go hide. Oh, my God. It is stinky. I like stinky foods. Number one, I've heard from employees and friends that Steak Shack is absolutely disgusting. Oh, no. Which is fantastic. It'll clear up your goddamn sinuses like that. No doubt about it. It's like, oh, that's good. So goddamn good. Man, I eat garbage, so anything sounds better. Because I ever had a scorpion? I've ever eaten a scorpion? I've never eaten a scorpion before. No. That would scare me. I don't like to eat bugs. Because here's they're phenomenal, Chris. They're like burgers in the 70s from what I've heard from uncles. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, chat. But now my own burger recipe is pretty goddamn good. See, when fresh garlic hits the pan with that olive oil. Yes, exactly. That olive oil, the sizzle. You had the goddamn onions in there, too. The sweet onions, chat. Oh, I'm all about that. All about that, chat. Yeah, good food talk today. Very good food talk. Now, this kind of goes into his next question. Perfect burger you wish you had? Mine. I wish I had my fucking burger right here, chat. My black bean, roasted red pepper, turkey burgers with soy sauce and garlic and sweet onions and the big slice of either blue cheese, chat, or sharp cheddar cheese. That's what I want, goddammit, right now. And just drenched in horseradish. So I want to do a cooking stream someday, chat. That's also one of my goals in the future. Doing some goddamn good cooking streams. Someday. That was JT's second question. Kind of go hand in hand, chat. So both my burgers I make. And this is his last question, chat. His final question. Dutch's Burgers in DFW is the best burger I've ever had. Never had that one, chat. But now we got JT's final question, chat. Question number 3. Trace, if you will, chat. You're the Spanish speaking. You speak the Spanish, chat. If you could erase 3 sci-fi movies from existence, what would they be? Very good question. Thank you, show, for the 10-minute nation. It's a chilling and cozy chat. It is. It's pretty good. Talking about food, talking about the video games, the movies. It's been great. The animations. Now, that's what these are, chat. They're very relaxed. Just, kind of the shoot the shit, Q&As. That's why I kind of want to keep this, the way it is. It's good. It's the perfect time, too. Perfect amount of time to talk about all these topics. But thank you for the biddies, show. It's very, very kind of you. Yeah, I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. Golden Prometheus is definitely up there. I mean, there's so many. I have to expand this. Prometheus. I mean, if we go Alien chat, then up to Prometheus, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. Just the only 2 films that you need are Aliens, and Alien Isolation just counts the video game in there. It's great, much better story than all those other fucking movies. Definitely that. Definitely Prometheus, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. Some other ones, I mean, the Star Wars prequels. Although, thankfully, there have been some ancillary materials that are better, that, are set in the prequel era, like Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and the comics and books and stuff, which are great, but those 3 movies you can get rid of, in my opinion. I don't need those anymore. Because Galaxy Quest? Really? I love Galaxy Quest. Oh, damn. Oh, man, that was a fight words, man. I love Galaxy Quest. By Grabthar's hammer, I shall avenge thee. That's like the best Star Trek movie. It's like Wrath of Khan, and then Galaxy Quest. Actually, chat, it's Galaxy Quest, then it's Wrath of Khan, and it's all the other ones. That's how it is, chat. Dem's the rules. Galaxy Quest, Wrath of Khan, all the other ones. I don't know what the other ones are. Any Asylum film? That's true. Good one. Star Wars prequels, definitely. What was the question? The question was, if you could erase 3 sci-fi movies from existence, what would they be? Bloody Fred Major, welcome to stream. Think of the 200 biddies. Thank you. Because you're careful with that music. I don't know if you heard of the Twitch recent DMs. I have heard about it. Thankfully, I've only had it for less than 9 seconds, so I should be okay. But thank you for that warning, because I was wondering about that. I've not been hit with the DMCA, but if I think it's only a couple seconds, not the full song or a lot of the song, then I should be okay. But thank you for the warning. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I think if you only have like a small sample, it should be all right. Yeah. Never found that movie funny? Really? Oh my, I think it's hilarious. Wait, Galaxy Quest is real. I thought it would. No, it's real. It's really a song. No. It's an absolutely real movie with Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, and Alan Rickman. A hilarious film. Great movie. Ultraviolet, yeah, it counts. That's sci-fi. That's a bad movie. Star Wars Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, I throw there and there as well. Yeah, those 2 are not great, in my opinion. Starting in the Dark is pretty bad. Yeah, I didn't like that. Actually, you know what? I don't hate that movie. It's just, you tried to do Wrath of Khan. It's like you should not have done that, and it's just kind of fell in. Battlefield Earth, great. Yeah, the Matrix sequels. Matrix, what was it? Reload and Revelations. Those are pretty good. Oh, Passengers is awful. Passengers, definitely. I hate That's such a bad movie. Yeah, I got a lot of issues with that. What Chris Pratt's character does and the way Jennifer Lawrence is like, whatever. It's like, no, bullshit. Ghost Counter's so overrated. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's been so long that I can't say whether I liked it or not. It's been 20 years since I saw that movie. I was very little when I saw it. I just don't remember all that much. Been a very long time. Fantasy was a waste of better comeback. It is. It is. He should have been a different villain. I always said for Into Darkness chat, they should have done, what was that? I always forget. It's like really, in Star Trek, the original series, there was that episode where, it was like episode 3 or something. It was very early on. But it was that episode when Kirk's friend is exposed to, like, I don't know, this radiation or something, and he gets psychic powers. He gets, like, the telepathic and telekinetic abilities. What's that episode called, and what's the character's name? And I thought, like, that could be a movie. That could be, like, that episode could be a movie where that you could like, hey, it's this one-off thing. I always liked that episode a lot. It was always considered to be, like, one of the great ones. And, like, you could have had a character who was a part of, like, the first movie, whatever that guy was, and it carries on to the second one. And you feel bad because he has an interpersonal connection to all these other characters, but he becomes the villain in the sequel. That would have been interesting to me. I forget that guy's name. Oh, but that would have been cool. Like, do, like, these one-off villains no one remembers in the original series, but you totally do something different with them and make them really unique and cool. Instead of just going back and doing, like, the biggest ones. Like, Khan, you should never have touched Khan. That was such a mistake. It was too big. But I forget. Oh, goddamn it. I'm trying to remember that episode's name. Hold on a minute. The original Star Trek episode, the one that had the telekinetic powers. Star Trek episodes. Let's see. Original episodes. Shall me see what it is. Season 1. Was it Charlie X? Was it this one? No, it wasn't Charlie X. It was the Man Trap. Where No Man's Gone. See, I don't remember what it was called. Oh, it is. Oh, there it goes. Where No Man Has Gone Before. Here, I think this is what it's called, chat. Yes. Yeah, Gary Mitchell. The character's name is Gary Mitchell. So what happens is the helmsman Gary Mitchell is exposed to this radiation, and he was like Kirk's best friend in the academy. That's how they set the episode up. And he's exposed to this, and he gets all these abilities, but also warps his mind, becomes insane. And also another person develops those powers as well. And so it's revealed at the end. But, like, that would have been really cool had that Gary Mitchell been also part of the first movie, along with, like, you know, Kirk and Uhura and Spock and all that. And they're all friends and stuff. They become friends and that in their bones. And then the next movie carries over, and same thing. But then it's like an even longer version of that original episode. That would have been interesting because it's such a one-off, and I just love that character of Gary Mitchell. You know, I'm not a super Star Trek fan, but that episode always stuck out to me as being one of the really good ones. Yeah. Yeah. The characters were interesting, but when they died without expanding on any. Yeah. No, I got you. Oh, Rogue One. Yeah, the thing with Rogue One is, like, I really like Rogue One. I think the big issue with that film is that it had too many characters. You could have combined some of those characters. I said this before. Like, you could have easily combined the Jin and Cassian into one character. Honestly, it should have just been Cassian Andor, chat. You should have also given Cassian Andor Jin's storyline, because Jin, to me, is such a nothing character in that movie. Where Cassian is interesting. He's a rebel spy. He's the first rebel you see doing, like, really shitty things. Like, it opens up with him murdering a man, shooting him in the back. I'm like, oh, this guy's awesome. His relationship with K2SO is really great. I love their dynamic. It's very darkly comedic. And it's like, if you just given, like, he joined the rebellion at an early age, chat, because he was rescued by, what's his name? Got Forrest Whitaker's character. And he's always been there ever since, but he's keeping the secret that his father, his family, are the creators of the Death Stars, and this is found out. That would have been such an interesting dynamic to see, and you could have totally gotten rid of the Jyn Erso character, just had it been Cassian Andor, K2SO. The Chirrut, the Donnie Yen character, I thought was really cool. His friend partner was like, he's fine. He's just the guy with the big gun. That's all he is. And sadly, I think Riz Ahmed was wasted as the Imperial pilot. You need to give him more to do. But yeah, had they just cut down some of the character, I think it would have been a much better movie. The Reacher can never get into Star Trek. It's harder. It's definitely harder to get into. But there are some episodes I really enjoyed. But it had Chirrut Imwe, Donnie Yen does. No, he's great. No, I like it. I like his whole introduction. I thought he's really, really cool. Forrest Whitaker's the actor who's great, but really gets immediate. Yeah, and it's funny. Like, Saw Gerrera is the character who's also started off in Clone Wars. like he's been featured in a lot of Star Wars content over the years. Was in Clone Wars, was in Rebels, voiced by Whitaker. He also was in the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order as Saw Gerrera again. So it's like he keeps popping up and shit, that's kind of cool. I dig that. Since I didn't think he was used all that much in Rogue One. Just it's like lies, deception. Are you here to kill me? It's like overacting his ass off. It's a little too much. Like, it would have been cool to see more of this rebel cell who's just fucking nuts. Like, they're more terrorists than anything. That would have been cool. I would have liked more of that. Could have focused less on some of these characters you don't really give a shit about and like, hey, let's get into who this guy is. Or have him just not die. And just like, I'm going to die now. Goodbye, Jin. It's like, what the fuck? It's weird. Wish you got to see the original cut off Rogue One. We never got to hear Jin say, I know, right? That line was kind of goofy to me. But yeah, I think that I like Rogue One a lot. I love the Cassian Andor character. Really love K2SO and Chirrut Imwe, Donnie Yen's. But yeah, other than that, yeah. Love the Darth Vader scene. Darth Vader scene was great. But yeah, that was the other. I'm trying to think. Any other sci-fi films left in my head that you can just erase? There's probably so many. There's so many ones. Yeah, Green Lantern, the original Green Lantern. I guess that's more superhero sci-fi. That's kind of a sci-fi film, chat. That movie really, because I think Green Lantern is such an interesting, property to explore. It's space cops, Chad. Space cops doing space things. That's great. It's a buddy. Green Lantern should be a buddy cop film in space. You should have had Hal Jordan and Sinestro. That's the team. It should have been 48 hours in space. Like, you have the guy who's like I don't know anything what the fuck's going on. I have this ring. Who are you? And then you got Sinestro, who's the hard ass, who's trying to teach him all this stuff. He's resentful because Hal Jordan has taken over for his mentor as the Green Lantern for Sector 2184. Like, that's interesting. You establish that dynamic. They learn to be friends as it goes along. Like, that would have been awesome. Like, that movie ends in the middle of the movie. Like, they become friends. That would have been great. And in the sequels, it's about the de-evolution of the relationship and Sinestro becoming a villain. That would have been awesome. Of course, they didn't fucking do that at all. Such a goddamn lost opportunity. Yeah, so many Terminator films. Yeah, everything after Terminator 2, 3, 4, 5, the sixth one, all those, chat. Alf, I've never seen the Alf movie. Certainly because it's too good and we don't deserve, it's controversial, and we don't deserve it in society. Fair enough, it's just too good for us. I hate what they did to Wash, though. A leaf on the wind, it was bullshit. I didn't like that. That bothered me. Chat. Can't believe I've never seen one Star Wars film. Well, you can go with the original trilogy. It's pretty goddamn good. Yeah. Is it Works character Jedi Fallen Order? Yes, it is. He is. That's what I was talking about. Saw Gerrera. That's what I was talking about, chat. Oh, I laugh when companies fuck up much. They just go, fuck it. The last 10 movies aren't canon. I mean, it's worked out well. Halloween, I thought, was a great example. That Halloween 2018 are like, okay, listen, we're just doing it's the first one and this one. That's it. And I admired that. I love Wash's death, all the tears. I just felt it felt cheap. Like, Whedon, Joss Whedon, he always does that. It's like, I got to kill a character off. It's like, why? Do you need to even know? And sometimes it just doesn't feel earned. In that case, it did not feel earned. It just felt random. I mean, I get it because he wants to put in, like, hey, anyone can go at this point, and I get that, but I don't know. It just felt weird to me. Are there more bad Star Wars movies than good ones? I mean, people will agree or disagree. Like, the good Star Wars movies for me, personally, obviously A New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi. I love those films. I put Rogue One in there. I like The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens, I know, is probably controversial among all my picks. I thought it was a good foundation what the new trilogy could have been, but sadly didn't lead to something good. So 5, and then what you have the prequels. You have the prequels, which I think they're all bad. Good ideas are in there, and people have done things with them, like the Star Wars Clone Wars series and comics, but the movies themselves are not good. So you have the 3 prequels. I do not like Last Jedi, nor do I like Rise of Skywalker, so that's more now. Yeah, so Solo to me is just so mediocre. I'll throw it in there. So yeah, there's probably more bad ones than good ones at this point. Yeah. Yeah, Chad. That's what you think Solo's underrated? That's like it has a lot of potential. I would have loved to have seen, like, it's not a bad film, it's fine. It's fine, but I don't love it. I would have loved to have seen what Phil Lord and Chris Miller would have done with that. So maybe I wish they could do a movie with the Flash, Green Lantern, and how the relationship developed, like in just like the animated series. That would be really cool. Yeah, I love the relationship in that show between Jon Stewart and Barry Allen, Wally West. Yeah, it would have been great. Because you're just not a fan of Ant-Man. I really like the first Ant-Man. I don't like the sequel. I don't like Ant-Man and the Wasp. The first one's fine. I like it's a cool little small-scale heist superhero film. I think they're going to be doing some unique things of Ant-Man 3, bringing in Kane the Conqueror because they're dealing with time travel. That would be, if they do another time travel story of Ant-Man and Kane the Conqueror, that would be great. They gotta have the Thor Ragnarok for the Ant-Man franchise, and it looks like that's the direction they're going in. The Reacher New Hope hasn't aged well, in my opinion. I watched that recently for a review a couple months ago, and I think it does. I love that film. Yeah, I grew up with it. But to each their own. Brightburn Soul would have been a good Disney Plus show instead of a movie. I agree with you, Brightburn. Honestly, like, the character they should have focused on, people have been asking for. It's like, no one wanted a solo movie. Like, I can't, like, do you ever want a Han Solo film? And, like, no one's asking for it. What I think would have been great to have, because the character that people like, but they don't know a lot about, is Lando. I think a Lando Calrissian movie would have done a lot better than a Han Solo film, chat. And you have Donald Glover leading that film, that would have been great. I think that would have been, of course, eventually they do like a Disney Plus series. Sure, I'd be all for it. But I think a Lando movie would have been a lot better. Because he's such a cool character, and Billy D. Williams gets so little screen time in Empire and Jedi. He's in Jedi in the beginning, and he's kind of gone for a big part of it, and comes back at the end space battle. But I love Lando as a character, especially in the comic series. There's this great miniseries, 5-issue miniseries about Lando stealing Emperor Palpatine's yacht. It's really cool. I think Ant-Man 3 would be like Ragnarok. Exactly. I'm hoping for that as well. Fans here that want to land a movie. Donald Glover was the best cast inside of Donnie Yen. Yeah, no, he was great. He was great. Yeah, Brightburn is great. I don't know. I can't. See, Brightburn's a good idea. The thing is, people have already done that idea in comics and things. So those filmmakers thought, they're like, whoa, look at this original thing. It's like, nah, I've seen this done countless times. Countless times over. Yeah. R2-D2 movie series. I could see like little animated shorts of R2-D2. That would have been fun. Brightburn, Donald Glover, and Atlanta was great. Oh, Atlanta's an amazing show. It's really good. Can't wait for it to come back. No, love it. But yeah, Chad, that's kind of like the stuff at the top of my head when it comes to, just talking about Star Wars now in general. Which I love that the conversation, we talk about sci-fi, it always devolves into Star Wars, which I don't mind at all. I love me some goddamn good Star Wars talk. No one talks about Chronicle anymore. Chronicle's a great found footage film. I'm a big fan of Chronicle. I like that. It's what got Dane DeHaan and Michael B. Jordan's careers going. It's true. Yeah. Want to have to have an Ewok fighting ring? Sam, watch the Battle for Endor and the Caravan of Courage, man. Also, I'm obligated to review Caravan of Courage for you in the future, chat. I might start off the first week of November with an Ewok movie review, a scene-by-scene breakdown of Star Wars The Ewok Adventures, Caravan of Courage, chat. I gotta do it. Yeah, only Landis movie I liked. I agree. Yeah, the one that he wrote. All of his other stuff's been pretty shit. And he also be a bad person, too. Yeah. There you go, chat. Those were the questions that I was obligated to answer on my Patreon. I do have to leave now, though, guys. I'm sorry I have to leave you.